Hey everybody, it's Patrick with P-Dub's Crypto World. Just today making a little video here. Actually, I have a spreadsheet here that I wanted to share with some people just to keep goal orientation. So obviously we're all trying to get rich and all that fun stuff when we make our video. Not our videos, but our crypto trading here. So one thing that I kind of just threw a little bit of stuff together here because this is what I use. I don't use anything elaborate. But so first day we're starting out, we have no additional buys, so we're starting out, we're going to say we're starting out with 1 Ethereum, and the goal is 1% growth a day. So that's going to be compound interest, and what that is basically right here. If we have 1%, so 1 is the value of what we have here and the 1%. So we're actually going to be taking our value here times our 1 plus 1% to get our end result. And once we hit that actual goal, we are going to throw an X on here just so we know that we hit that, and we're going to put the date for our milestone. And then this is what the equivalent price is. So we're going to base that on the Ethereum price here as it's set, and it's set for each individual day. So what it is it works itself down. So say on this particular day, Ethereum was 550. We're gonna have, let's say it's 1,000. Well, that's gonna update everything below. And then say the next day it was only $975 each. It's gonna populate that all the way down, not up. So it'll actually keep your price there. But once you change this number, you can't change it back and have it populate all the way down. Only at the least number and below. So my advice would be not even to mess with that period. I would just leave it at one price at the top, 550 or 750 or whatever, and it'll show you, because this is what you're going to use to project where you are going to be at on what day based on your percentages. Now, so say we started out at, there's $550 on this particular day, and we want to see what it's going to be like for the next year. So if I started with 1 and I went $550 there, at the end of a week I'd have the equivalent value, and we're just going to base this on 1.01. So we are going to say that for this, we are looking at 1% growth per day. So at the end of a week, our $550 value of Ethereum would become 590. At the end of a month, we're looking at would be 742, and the end of 2 months would be have $1,000 worth of Ethereum. All right. So if you're following me there, that's how it works. And the more you have, the quicker it grows. So say we wanted to start it out, and on the second day we add another Ethereum. We put that in here as an extra buy, and it's going to add to our initial starting. So now we have it at 2, and we're taking that additional growth. So let's look at the compound interest if we're starting with 2 Ethereum early on. You can see at the end of 1 month, instead of being at $500, at $600 or whatnot, you are going to be at $1,400. So it really moves you along. So let's take that out of there. At the end of a month, you were at $741. If you added an extra early on, you can see that it nearly doubles what you would be at the end of a month. And what that basically means is 1441 or 1471. It would take you just a little over 14 weeks. So if you added that extra Ethereum early on, you basically would cut yourself about 14 weeks of work. And when I say work, I mean just letting this thing run, profit trailer. So if you look at it and you're at that 1% growth per day, you want to look at where you would be at in a year. We'll go down to our year mark. With 1 at 1% daily, you'd end up with 37 37 and almost 38 Ethereum At $550 value, you'd be at 20,000, almost 21,000. Okay, so now you see how that works. Then we have your goal orientation here. So let's say what we want to do in 2 years worth of growth. So we're going to just throw it out 780 days. So every day that we have 1% of interest, we are going to go ahead and highlight that. And then we're going to throw the date on there that we hit it. So on 3/11 you hit 1%. Say on 3/12 you only hit 0.5% or 0.75% or 0.9%. We're not settling for that. We'll count that as the icing on the cake. So we're not going to count that as a day. On the 13th we hit 1.3%, so we're going to count it as a percent. On the 14th, 1.6%, we're still going to count it only as 1%. And then same type of thing on the 15th. But on the 16th, we hit 2.6%. Well, we're going to count that as 2 consecutive days of 1%. Now, the more days you have where you've got 2% or higher, that's going to keep pushing you up. So obviously the idea is to get down here and in the end of your first year worth of 1% days. So if you're really good and you can average 2% daily, then you're going to hit that in half of the 365. So what, 183-ish. So when you look at that, it's also going to help with all those small percentages that you don't even count in, because they're going to add up. So if you looked at that and you were started at that 1 and didn't add anything else in, and you looked at where you were at the end of 2 years, then you would be over $1 million at $550 valuation. So just keep yourself goal oriented. Message me below. I can send you the spreadsheet here. Eventually I'm going to get it up on GitHub, and when I do, I'll throw that down in below. You can make one of these on your own if you want, or if you've got something better, but to me this is just my little simple spreadsheet that helps me keep track. Now I do use the profit trailer tracker, and that is the best way to keep track of all of your individual goals. So you can see here, like, I actually started using profit trailer tracker on the 10th, and I started in the evening, so it wasn't much, so 4.14%, but you can see I hit a percent here. I would count that. 65%, I would not. The 122 I would. No. I'd count it twice, 1. And at this rate, you know, about a year and a half, maybe in there, I'm going to easily be within that 2 years worth of 1%. So you can see those numbers are going to grow up, and as I go I'm going to end up having to add more license for profit trailer, but that's just the nature of the beast when you're trying to grow everything. So if you found this useful, definitely like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing little more pointed things towards this, on not just how to use your profit trailer and grow your potential and your bank, but to kind of keep you motivated on the way, because when you're doing better, I'm doing better, and the whole community does better just by sharing our experiences and even just these little tips and tricks. So definitely like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below if you'd like me to send this to you, and I'll update. And if you haven't got the profit trailer, definitely use the links below, as well as the profit trailer tracker. It doesn't cost any more for you, but does help me to create content for this channel, and I definitely appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks very much.